So hey guys, and welcome back to AMZ's Corner here at Approved Auto. So just another day. I'm here in the morning. I had to open the doors, and I figured I'd take a look at this Honda that got towed in yesterday, an 010 Civic. Just bought it a month ago. New dealer where she bought it said she needs a new tranny, no warranty, wants to have a second opinion and money to fix it. So this isn't a Honda Civic. This is a minivan there. Real crusty van. I'm putting a steering rack in. I've got the old one out, but that's not a big deal. It's just a dirty old van keeping on the road trying to help somebody out. But let's take a look at this Civic real quick. So it looks like they bought it. Now I don't know anything about it other than what it says right there. So here's the car. Now I moved it to here, and it drove at idle. Just gonna start it up. So what do we got? 86,000 miles on it. So it looks like this is another, probably a used car dealer. They just bought it a month ago with 86,000. So well, that's a problem. There's supposed to be fluid in that transmission. So they said it needs a transmission and they didn't even check the fluid. I mean, what's the first thing you check? What's the first thing I just checked? Tranny fluid, and there's none in it. Let's go, bear with me, this is going to be kind of... Get the door to stay open. A trusty jug of tranny fluid. Oh, I got no tranny fluid jugs. I'll have to use this. Put that back in a minute. You've got the trusty tranny fluid. What is this again? Multi-purpose. I just kind of pump it. I don't even really pay attention to what I'm putting in case anybody's wondering. Just some multi-purpose tranny fluid. What is it? Dexron 3 and all those compatible. Trusty funnel. Now, won't this person be happy if all this is like a leaking tranny line and it just need a little fluid? Now, if this is all this is a perfect opportunity to rip somebody off. I mean, this person's already ready to buy a tranny, and if this just needs, 2 quarts of red juice, this is the kind of thing some guys could screw a person on. But we don't like that kind here. We don't play those games. Morning, Paul. What's that ticking? She's gonna blow. So, sorry if I can't keep everything in frame. I've only got 2 hands here. Now, so yeah, it's no tranny fluid in there. What's going on here? What's going on here? Now, that was an awful lot of tranny fluid to be absent. Let's see what it looks like. Any leaks? I don't see any leaks. That tranny fluid had to go somewhere. I mean, trannies don't burn it. Let me stick under. You guys see anything? leaks. I don't see, maybe a little wetness underneath. I think we just got a little leak here. Let's see how much fluid we got in this thing. So somebody told her she needs a transmission, and they didn't even put fluid in it. They didn't even check. Where are we? I can't. I'm trying to get it in focus and look at it. Let me wipe and re-dip it. Still needs more, guys. Still needs more. Are you kidding me? Well, that's at the lower level on the stick. That's enough to see if this thing's gonna drive or not. Down that. Yes, I'm using my my head. That's how if anybody's wondering how I do that with two hands on film, well, there you go. That's using my head. So let's see if we're going to keep this one out of the cabbage. We're on the lot here. Well, how about that, guys? Are you kidding me? Let's take a couple of laps around the lot. Now, this thing didn't move. Like, I had to pretty much push it to where you saw it. This went to somebody who looked at this and said, you need a transmission. What's the first thing you check? You know, this reminds me of, what's that movie? Sling Blade. Anybody remember that movie? Where, I remember this one part where they're all standing around a lawnmower. Yeah, oh my, safety first. I gotta put my seatbelt on. I don't want to hear that. Well, they're all standing around a lawnmower, and the lawnmower won't run, and he comes over and he's like, the first thing he checks is the gas in it, and he's like, well, there's your problem, you got no gas in it, and then, you know, I mean, come on, I'm driving this car. You need it. You know, that was a come on. Wow. I don't know, I'm gonna have to put this up on the lift a little later. We're gonna have to look on, that's a classy fella. We're gonna have to look at this under the lift and see what's going on. What's the matter for yourselves, honking at the guy not going right on red? Boy, a lot of classy people today. Where was I? So, yeah, they told this lady she needs a transmission, and they didn't even check the fluid. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This thing feels pretty good to me. I mean, Hondas are known to not have the best transmission, but to say one's gone on a car like this, 86,000 miles, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. It's shifting, it's just shifting, it's downshifting. Let's see if it's got reverse. Maybe reverse is burned out. Let's see here. No, there's reverse. So yeah, it's 7:45, 7:45, and in what, 15 minutes, I saved this lady thousands of dollars. I mean, come on, I'm just gonna let this go too. I'm not gonna say, oh, you need a transmission. I mean, we'll put it up on the lift. We'll see what's going on under there. I mean, maybe there's a crack in it. Maybe there's a crack in the case. I don't know. Maybe that's where the fluid went. So I got to get that clam box minivan off my lift. I'm gonna get that minivan off my lift, and then we'll get this in and give it a thorough checkup and see what's going on. But nice, it's shifting smooth. That was a pretty good downshift that usually will bang if these things are damaged. So yeah, this is why you should, if you don't have a mechanic you can trust, you know, you don't have somebody like me in your neighborhood that's gonna, you know, do you justice, get a second opinion. You know, maybe it's, you know, don't just be like, hey, well, it's going to cost me $60 and some trouble to have it towed out of here to over there. You know, they say it needs a tranny, it needs a tranny. Well, guess what, guys? Guess what? That isn't always the case. That isn't always the case. So if you haven't got a guy you can trust, get a second opinion. Yeah, find someone that knows. Just ask me. Ask me. You know, I'll give you. I'll tell to you straight. I wouldn't be putting myself out here on YouTube fixing people's cars if I didn't think I was decent enough at it and honest enough about it. So yeah, let me get that clam box off my lift. We'll get this thing up and see what's really going on. And hopefully we'll give this lady some really good news. But it's looking like I'm going to give her some really good news, guys. Now that's just, that makes me feel good. That's my good deed for the day. So let's see what's going on, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, I got this van done. It took a lot longer than I wanted it to, being 11 o'clock. Holy crap. That rack was not an easy rack to get in this thing. So now this thing's cherry. This is nice. This is such a nice, clean van. It doesn't smell at all in here. I'm lying. But this is somebody's only mode of transportation for a whole family, so got to keep it out of the cabbage, you know. Got to keep these things out of the cabbage for the people. You know, just because it's disgusting or it's not something you would want to fix, just doesn't mean they can afford to replace it. So this is going to need a drop off for an alignment, so I'm not really going to take this for a road test yet. I'm just going to let this sit. So I want to see what's going on with that Honda. I've also got a bunch of other stuff here to fix. I got this Mazda. I got a bunch of work to do on that Mazda. I'll stick this over here. Alright. So let's see what's going on with this Honda here. I've looked under it since, and it's definitely leaking fluid from somewhere. But I also took it for a drive around the block, and it shifts fine. As far as, you know, damage to the internals of the transmission, I think they might have dodged a bullet. However, we don't know why that fluid's leaking. Maybe the case is cracked. Maybe there's something going on with the final drive. But whatever it is, I'm sure we can patch it up. I mean, unless it's some major case damage, which may be the case. Maybe the case. So always roll down the window. So I'm gonna put this up on the lift. We'll see exactly where this tranny fluid's going. And like I said earlier, I hope we can give this lady some good news. I really want to give her some good news. You know. All right. So we just had a little congratulations party for Dave about opening the new location. He's going to sign the papers. He's got like $200,000 on him right now, and he's going to go give it to the people that need to get it to get us into the new location. 30 days. We want to be into that new location December 1st. So I don't know, it's a lot. We got to move all these lifts, all the toolboxes, all the lifts, all the equipment. We have to plumb the other shop with air and oil and all of that. So that'll be an interesting thing. Let's well, I got some leakage here. out the left side CV, it looks like. Interesting. Maybe it just needs an axle seal. I think maybe it just needs an axle seal. Although it looks like, let me see it. That CV shaft right there looks, that CV shaft looks new, looks old. And where is it? That CV shaft. Sorry guys. Right there looks like it's been replaced. See how that shiny new, there you go, you see it, that cup? So it looks like someone's done some work in here, replaced a CV shaft recently. I wonder if it's the wrong CV shaft or if they nicked that. I bet you they nicked that seal going in. Well anyway, I guess I'm gonna pull this axle apart, pull this wheel off and see what we can see. But looks like something's definitely going on. It lost all its tranny fluid and interesting. Well anyway, I'll see you in a second. We'll pull this thing apart. Well, alright guys, I got this thing broken apart. I'll show you this first. We got this CV shaft here. That's definitely been replaced before. So there's that. And then we come over here. We look down in the hole with that. Where is it? Where is the camera? There we go. We look in the hole. It's kind of hard to show here. See if we can get a good angle on this. Bear with me, guys. Oh, this recording device, I'm getting sick of it. Every time it updates, I gotta relearn how to use it. Alright. There we go. Now if you look, come on, focus. You see the seal, and then you see that right there? See that little thing right there? That's the spring that's supposed to keep that seal seated. So it looks like when somebody put this axle in, it's down inside of there. That's just alright. It looks like when somebody put that axle in, they hung it up on the seal and pulled that spring out. Now there's your problem right there. So it looks like this thing just needs an axle seal, and they wanted to replace the whole transmission. So yeah, sometimes second opinions are the way to go. Looking for any kind of damage in there. What's all of this? Looks like something might be out of place in there. I wonder what I'm just trying to get a look here, guys. Let me check a few more things out and take that seal out. Let me take that seal out and see what it looks like in the final drive. Make sure nothing else is going on in there. So yeah, bear with me, guys. I'll see you in a second. All right, guys. I got this all apart here. Got this other seal out, and you can actually see this spring. When I looked in, the seal would have been that way, and we saw that spring kind of hanging like that. You know, that's not going to seal like that. And I don't know if it. Let me get some light here. So if you look, we can actually see the sealing edge of the seal is actually worn right out, and that let that spring fall off. That spring's what holds the tension. Yeah, see that piece right there? So that's what caused that spring to come out. You give me the finger? Asshole. So that's what caused that spring to fall out. You can see it all chiseled up right there. It's supposed to be nice, you know, that piece right there where I just saw a piece falling right out of there. There it is right there. Look at that. So that's going to keep that from sealing, because this sits on, grab the right thing here, get some light under this situation. That sealing ring right here, I have it the right way, fits over that end of the shaft, and that keeps all your tranny fluid in. So if that spring fits into that ridge right there and holds that tight so no oil can get out, and this actually spins. So that seal being worn out was pretty much the problem, and someone was ready to condemn this transmission over a seal, you know. So I'm going to push this seal in. We'll get this axle back together, and then I'm going to drain the transmission. I'm going to drain all the fluid out of it, because if you noticed earlier, I just put the Merc on, but this being a late model Honda, this takes you know, what would be Honda Z1 fluid, which is kind of a special modified Merc on that just helps these Honda transmissions shift a little smoother. You can use, you know, Dexron Mercon in it. They just recommend Honda fluid. So we'll get that old fluid out, put the right stuff in, get this seal in, get this axle in, and we'll see if we can keep this one out of the cabbage. You know, I think we're going to give this lady some really good news. You know, I think for the price, you know, actually interesting. A clue. I don't know if I showed you guys this. This is the actual invoice. She paid $160 to be told she needs a transmission when it's just a seal. Driving, revs, no fluid. Looks like they saw the no fluid. Left front axle nut cross-threaded. Removed axle found final drive damaged. Now the final drive damage. What they mean by that is the way Honda builds these differentials. Let's see if we can show this. Will show up here for you guys. Now, if you look in, you see those two little blocky pieces. Let's get this to focus a little better. See, there we go. See that? And those two little pieces. I think that's normal. That's just the way they were made. The differential side gears. I think that when the seal was in, they looked in and saw those and thought that the differential was broken, and that's just, you know, it's not. It wasn't. They didn't take this apart to look. They just said, oh yeah, it's broken. You need a tranny. $3,000, please. But no. It's just a seal. Now I think this seal costs like $8, an $8 seal, and they wanted to put a, you know, $3,000 transmission in it. So don't take your Honda to a Chevy dealer, I guess is what I'm trying to get the point I'm trying to get across here. So I'm gonna slam this thing back together. We'll go for a road test and see if this thing holds its fluids. So jump cut to you guys. Alright guys, there it is. All put back together. No leaky drips. Doesn't need a transmission. It was just that friggin' $10 seal. $10 seal and you're back on the road. Boy, this lady's she's gonna be psyched, huh? Boy, ain't she gonna be psyched when she gets her bill and it's only friggin' $150, not $3 grand. But there you go, guys. That's how we keep it out of the cabbage. You know, just because you go to a dealer doesn't mean you're going to get the best guy in the dealer. Doesn't mean they're going to give you all the respect you need, you know, or whatever. I don't know why they let this one slip through their cracks, but I mean, they could have been a hero. Been like, oh yeah, no big deal, just need a seal, 2 hours worth of work, la la la, get on your road. No. They hammered her over the head saying she needs a transmission, but awesome. There's Eva. That dog's such a prima donna. So anyways, guys, we kept this one out of the cabbage. What do you think, Eva? What do you think, huh? We fixing them? So until next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage too.